think it's crazy looking at where I live right now and thinking back to my mindset, what I thought about places like this before I moved here. It's unreal, the change that I've experienced. Growing up in a nice, comfortable, pretty wealthy neighborhood like I did creates a lot of walls, a lot of boundaries for whoever grows up in that area. No fault of their own, it's just the only thing they've known. And in high school, I would not have even thought about living in a downtown area like I did 2 years ago. I thought it was too dangerous. I thought my car was gonna get broken all the time. I thought somebody was just gonna be after me because I lived in that area. Walking around my neighborhood and reflecting on my mindset a couple years ago, I would have been so afraid to even walk through this neighborhood. There's a spot just down the road where homeless people hang out. And it makes me laugh so hard because only a couple years ago was I so afraid of a homeless person. There was something built in my mind that they're gonna try to steal, or they're gonna always ask me for money, or they're dangerous, whatever it is. It was always built in my mind that that was a thing. And now I'm actually living here, walking the streets, saying hi to people, and I realize, oh, they're people too. I realize, oh, I can go walk right next to them and I don't have to be afraid. I can go talk to just another brother, another sister. The same thing that's inside of me is inside of them. The fact that some people's yards are not in pristine shape, and the fact that there might be some trash laying around, and there might be people just walking around that are probably sleeping somewhere by, not in a house, just hanging out. All of that, for some reason, built a wall for me, that I was too afraid to go into a certain neighborhood like this one. And now, living in it, actually being around 24/7, I realize all of those walls have been torn down. It comes down to being comfortable and experiencing. See, before now, I've never experienced what it's like to live in a lower income neighborhood, maybe a more rundown neighborhood, maybe a neighborhood where there's a lot of homeless present. I've never experienced that, and so I was afraid of it. I automatically built a wall. No, I won't do that. That's too dangerous. I wouldn't even be comfortable with being outside. But now that I've experienced it, it blows my mind. It blows my mind how comfortable I am around here. How much you realize that just because they're homeless, just because their beard is a little bit longer, and maybe they haven't taken a shower in a couple weeks or a month or whatever, they're still a human. Everything that's inside of them is in you. It's pretty incredible. So the whole reason I made this video is because this is what's been on my mind for quite some time. Growing up in the place that I grew up, it would have been easy to stay in that side of town. It would have been easy to just keep adding to the walls of separation. But I wanted to make this video in gratitude for the choice that was made 2 years or 3 years ago of me moving downtown Wichita. And then a year after that, moving to behind my brother's house in close to the same area and more of a rundown area. So I could experience what it's like to live in a neighborhood like this. Not saying this is the worst neighborhood ever. It's not a bad neighborhood, it's just different. And I'm experiencing it, and for that reason, I'm more comfortable in this place. And I think that's so important to recognize, because the saying, life begins outside of your comfort zone just expands. That's all that happens. You jump outside your comfort zone and then you get comfortable with that. You go move into a neighborhood like this. Yeah, maybe it's awkward or maybe you're nervous or scared for the first couple nights and then nothing happens and you're like, wait, somebody's not out to get me? And then you get more comfortable here. And you go do something else and then your comfort zone expands and it expands and it expands. And that's where life really, really gets fun. And that's where you learn. You learn to listen, you learn so much about yourself. And I believe the more that you experience, the more that you're comfortable with, the more that you're capable of love. So yeah,